The Fire on the Mountain, the epic of Prophet Musa Moses. Long ago, in the golden empire of Egypt, the Nile flowed like a living ribbon, whispering secrets of old. Pharaohs ruled with iron fists, and the pyramids pierced the skies. Among the clamor of gods and men, there arose a tale unlike any other, the story of Musa, the prophet, the liberator, the one who spoke with God. Chapter 1. A baby in a basket. The night was still. The stars blinked softly over Egypt. In a small house among the oppressed Israelites, a mother cradled her newborn. Her heart was heavy with fear. Pharaoh had decreed, every male child of the Israelites must be slain. But this baby, there was something different. His mother sensed it in her bones. Guided by divine inspiration, she placed the infant in a tarred basket and whispered her final words of love. With trembling hands, she set him afloat on the Nile and surrendered him to the will of God. The basket drifted silently past reeds and crocodiles, past fishermen and merchants, and into the gardens of Pharaoh's palace. There, the water lapped gently at the feet of Asia, the Pharaoh's wife, a woman of immense beauty and even greater faith. She lifted the child and smiled. "He will be the comfort of my eyes," she said. "Do not kill him. Perhaps he will be of benefit to us." And so, Musa, the child of slaves, was raised in the house of kings. Chapter 2. The Fire of Truth. Years passed. Musa grew into a tall, noble young man, beloved for his courage and justice. Though he wore Egyptian robes, his soul belonged to the oppressed. One day, he saw an Egyptian guard beating a Hebrew slave. Rage overcame him, and with a single strike, he killed the oppressor. Fear and regret consumed him. Word of the killing spread like wildfire. Pharaoh sought to have him executed. Musa fled to the desert, heartbroken and alone, leaving behind the grandeur of Egypt for the unknown sands of Midian. There, he found shelter, worked as a shepherd, and married the daughter of a righteous man named Shuaib. Years went by in peace, but Musa's destiny was not to tend sheep forever. One cold night, while traveling with his family, he saw a fire flickering atop Mount Sinai. He turned to his wife. "Stay here. I see a fire. Perhaps I can bring back some embers or find guidance." He climbed the mountain alone. As he neared the flame, he heard a voice powerful, mighty, and unlike anything he had ever known. "O Musa, verily, I am your Lord. Remove your sandals. You are in the sacred valley of Tuwa." His heart pounded. Time stood still. The voice continued, "I have chosen you. Listen to what is revealed." And so began the mission of Prophet Musa. Chapter 3. The Staff and the Serpent. God commanded Musa to return to Egypt and confront Pharaoh. To aid him, he gave Musa miraculous signs. He was told, "What is that in your hand?" "My staff," Musa replied. "Throw it down." He did, and it became a writhing serpent. Musa recoiled in terror. "Fear not," said the voice. "Grasp it, and it will return to its form." He obeyed, and it became a staff once again. Then God commanded him, "Place your hand under your arm, it will emerge radiant, white and shining, a sign for those who deny." Armed with faith and miracles, Musa descended from the mountain, joined by his loyal brother Harun, who would serve as his speaker and ally. Chapter 4. The Tyrant's Court. Back in Egypt, Musa stood in the grand hall of Pharaoh. Marble pillars towered above. Priests and ministers filled the chamber. Pharaoh sat on his throne, veiled in arrogance. Musa, calm but firm, said, "O Pharaoh, I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds. Let the children of Israel go free." Pharaoh scoffed, "Who is this Lord of the worlds?" "The Lord of the heavens and the earth and all between them." Pharaoh laughed. "Do you not hear, people? He speaks of another God besides me." But Musa stood his ground. He showed his signs, the staff that became a serpent, the hand that shone like the sun. Pharaoh's magicians were summoned. They cast their ropes and staffs. Illusions danced like serpents across the floor. Musa threw his staff, it swallowed their illusions whole. The magicians fell in prostration. "We believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun." Pharaoh was furious. "You dare believe in him without my permission? I will crucify you." But the magicians stood firm. They had seen the truth, and no tyrant could erase it. Chapter 5. The Plagues and the Escape. Pharaoh's heart remained hard. He increased the torture of the Israelites. But God sent signs, plagues that ravaged Egypt: blood in the rivers, frogs in the streets, lice, locusts, and darkness that swallowed the sun. Each time, Pharaoh begged Musa, "Pray to your Lord to lift this curse, and I will let your people go." Each time, he broke his promise. Finally, God commanded Musa to lead his people out at night. They moved silently, under a sky full of stars, until they reached the Red Sea. Behind them, Pharaoh's army thundered in pursuit. In front of them, the sea roared, vast and impossible. The people panicked. "We are caught." But Musa stood tall. "No, my Lord is with me. He will guide me." God commanded, "Strike the sea with your staff." Musa did. The sea split into towering walls of water, a dry path forming between them. The Israelites crossed. When Pharaoh's army followed, the waters came crashing down. Pharaoh, in his final moments, cried, "I believe in the Lord of Musa." But it was too late. Chapter 6. The Covenant on Sinai. Free at last, the Israelites wandered the desert. At Mount Sinai, Musa was called once more by God. He climbed the sacred mountain for 40 days and nights, where he received the Torah, a divine code of law and guidance. But in his absence, some among his people turned back to idolatry, worshipping a golden calf. Musa returned in fury. He cast down the tablets and confronted his brother Harun. "O Harun, what held you back when you saw them going astray?" Harun pleaded, "I feared division among them. I did my best." Musa repented, and God forgave. The tablets were restored. Chapter 7. Trials in the Wilderness. Despite miracles, guidance, and freedom, the Israelites often complained, "We are tired of this manna. We want onions, lentils, and garlic." They demanded to see God directly. They feared battle and refused to fight when ordered. Musa endured these trials with patience, often praying, "O my Lord, I have power over none but myself and my brother. Judge between us and the rebellious people." Because of their disobedience, they were made to wander the desert for 40 years. Musa led them, taught them, and watched over them like a shepherd over his flock. Chapter 8. The Final Journey. Musa's life neared its end. He led his people to the border of the Promised Land, but was not permitted to enter. He stood on a hilltop and looked across the land with longing. "O my Lord," he whispered, "let me die close to the Holy Land." And so, he passed away quietly, faithfully. His grave remains unknown, a divine secret. Legacy of a prophet. Musa's legacy lives on in scripture, story, and spirit. He is the one who spoke to God directly, who faced a tyrant with nothing but faith, who led his people through fire and water. The Quran tells his story more than any other prophet, an enduring reminder that truth stands firm, no matter the odds, and that God is with the patient, the bold, and the faithful. This is the tale of Musa, the baby in the basket, the prophet of fire, the liberator of nations.